Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another GT Sport video. So we are here today, round 3 of the manufacturer series in the Ford Mustang. Now you probably think to yourself, Ollie, why are you jumping straight into the race and why are you in the replay camera? Well, I'm about to show you. So I'm now recording in 4K and as you can see as I cross the line here, my screen on the left hand side, well it's gone from the right to the left. And I just couldn't do a video where the screen was like that, so unfortunately the recording was kind of gone and I couldn't use it. So I'm having to go into the replay camera, so I do apologise for that guys, but regardless, this is a really good race, so I hope you enjoy it. And fingers crossed you noticed a big jump in quality and it makes a big difference. So starting in P13 then, qualifying didn't go too badly. I was only about 2-3 tenths off a top 5 time or something like that. So close in these higher rated lobbies. I think there was around 308 points on offer in this one. I'm not quite sure if my memory serves me correctly here, but 308 points, not too shabby. It's probably split 2, I'd reckon, or near enough. Pretty damn close. So we've got Prime Ryan in front of us here, Aguinator just in front of him, and then we've got TX3 driver just ahead. We've got to be careful of Dako behind me and Boo Boo Racing. I know Boo Boo's quick. He's just not had a very good qualifying session here. He has openly admitted that he doesn't really drive around here, so not too shabby from him regardless to be starting in P15. So we're going to go through this left-hander right here. I'm going to talk you through the lap at some point during this video, and it's actually got some really cool names for the corners. This is a real life track. It's not a made up Gran Turismo track. This is a real life track. So you can see these three fighting desperately going into this last corner, which to me guys is probably the most difficult corner in the game. I think it's the longest right hander. You can see the guy in the Merc on the left hand side, Hugo, just when it went a little bit wide there and I took the opportunity, I just grabbed it with both hands, shot up the inside, overtook him, nicely done. We're now up to P12. The only issue we've got here then is that P10 is dropped off ever so slightly. So as we go through the first corner here, this is called Castrol Corner. So yeah, pretty cool name I thought, Castrol Corner, obviously after the oil company I assume. This right-hander here, turn 2, it's called Rabbit's Ear. Again, very long corners on this track. They just seem to go on forever and ever, and the tyre wear is a killer. You can see Agu's just gone a little bit wide there, so we're going to see if we can get him through this uphill left hand. I'm going to outbrake him, stick to the outside, make sure I give him enough room. That's a position done, and that's up to P11 now. So a good start, just 1 lap in really, 1.5 laps. We've managed to gain 2 positions. I felt quick in the Mustang. Mustang felt good. Now if you're in a front wheel drive car for this race, you are in for a winner. You are, because they're so overpowered. Anything like a front wheel drive car or anything that's really good on tyres like a Porsche, you're in for a winner. You're miles ahead. You've got a massive advantage. So yeah, you're going to see in this video anything with that is got a massive advantage. We're going to switch to the inside here. I went to left, then went up the inside, and again got the position on the inside of this last corner. Let's put me up to P10 now. So we managed to gain 3 positions here at the start of this race. It was a really good start. I'm very happy with that. We've got this long straight, but the Mustang is quite quick in a straight line. I don't think Ryan's going to fight me too hard here, because our pace is looking good. So let's talk about this race then, let's talk about this racetrack. So this is round 3 of the manufacturer series, alright, and there's quite a few points for offer, and it's just one of those tracks where tyre wear is high, and you're going to see as we go to lap 5 now, as I'm chasing down Steve, that it's just the tyre wear on the left hand corner, just next to fuel gauge, is starting to kick in here. So in this race you have to use mediums and hards. Optimal strategy, they do say 8 laps on the mediums, and then another set of mediums, 8 laps more, and then 2 laps on the hard. But I'm going to adjust that depending on my tyre wear. People may go for the undercut and go from there. But we're on lap 5 now after making our overtakes, and we're just slowly but surely catching Steve up here. Only a few tenths a lap, but it's making a difference. And it was this point here, I believe, he might have just gone a little bit wide, and it just brought my Mustang into the slipstream. And you can see how much of a difference it makes. So as we're at this distance here, you're going to slowly but surely, as we get ourselves preparing ourselves for this massive right-hander, you can see just how much I've managed to gain on him here. And we potentially could go for a move, but it's a little bit risky, and again, we don't be fighting too much. It's very early on. We just want to be able to, again, work together, as I always try to say in my videos, and try and push along. So as we go down the straight here, I could potentially have gone for a move up the inside, but I flashed my headlights to say, look, I'm not going to go for the move. But stupidly, I didn't realise that Ryan was right behind me. So yeah, he took that opportunity and he, yeah, just overtook me on the left-hander. A little bit frustrating because I should have been doing that on Steve, but I backed off and, yeah, he overtook me, which is a little bit frustrating. But it does go wide here, it does hit the sand, but unfortunately I couldn't get over to the right-hand side quick enough to potentially go for a move around the outside on this corner once more, which is a little bit annoying, but that's racing, I suppose. Going for the right-hand here, you can see, look at the gaggle of cars out there. You've got 4 cars up ahead fighting. For what position is that? Is that P5? So we've made a hell of a start here. We start at P13 and we can already see P5, who by the way is in a Mustang. So that's telling me that the Mustang is a very, very good car. So hopefully, fingers crossed, throughout the rest of this race, the Mustang is going to come into its own here and we should be able to gain a few more positions. You can see everyone braking. So hard to get the braking point right into this right-hand corner. Let me know how you guys got on for this manufacturer's race, because I was... Oh, as we see someone's gone in the pits there, so that will promote us up to another position. So that's P9 now, and I think there's someone... No, I thought someone served the penalty then. Never mind, that was just people moving wide. Okay, Ryan's going for a move on the inside of Steve here. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Steve's very polite there. Now, if I'm going to see... I'm actually going to go wide here, maybe do the switchback. No, can't quite pull it off there. A little bit silly, and there's a tiny gap, but I just can't get the car on the inside enough. I can't hit the middle of the apex as nicely as I'd like. I've gone a little bit wide. Bit of understeer, unfortunately. Couldn't quite get the move done, so we're right up the back of Steve here. He outbrakes himself. We're going to go side by side, but he does have the inside of the next corner, so again, backing off. No point fighting through here. We'll just lose time, and I don't want to lose time. I want to be with Ryan, because that's where we were. We were in front of him earlier, and now he's starting to pull away, so that's not good for me. I need to catch back up with him. So fingers crossed here, working with Steve, we can maybe gain a few positions here. He's got the slipstream of Ryan, and I've got the slipstream of him, and I'm slowly gaining. You can see the difference in speed here. The Mustang is a little bit of a beast in a straight line, which is nice to see. It's nice to have that advantage because I don't normally have it. So it's good to have some top end speed. Now I'm going to look for a move on the inside because I just want to see how Steve reacts. Now he backs off because he's in the back of Ryan. I'm going to have to make sure I give him space. I've got 2 wheels over the curb, desperately trying to make sure that he has enough space. But instead of fighting it, Steve then decides to go in the pits. So he's gone into pits now on lap 7. I'm going to try and stretch these tyres out a little bit more because strategy-wise, I have been informed that it is better to go to lap 8. Okay, Prime Ryan just gets a little bit of contact, gets a 1-second penalty, and I managed to switch the position from left to right and sneak up beside him and move up to P6 now. So lap 8, we've gone from P13 and we're now up to P6. Fantastic stuff. Now Ryan is beside me, you can just about see the headlights. I just managed to get the move done. Now we skip ahead to the end of lap 8. Now my left tyre, front left is absolutely dying. So I've decided to come in now. Well, that's enough. Let's put on another set of mediums. Potentially could have gone for hards, but I decided to go on the mediums. Then you can see there's so many cars in front of me. Steve jumps me. Super GT was a little bit annoying, but it goes to show the power of the undercut. So I probably stayed on those tyres for a little bit too long, but a lap later, we can see someone else has gone in the pits. Quinnett, I think. Hugo Quinnett, he's gone in the pits, the Frenchman. I think he was on medium, so he went a long stint on those. So he's gone in the pits now, but you can see the tyre difference to go through here. Super GT just gets a little bit held up by the Ferrari. He gets another second penalty. I can imagine he'd be absolutely fuming because he got a few in this race. And yeah, just a little bit of contact, and that's what it does, unfortunately, in the penalty system at the moment. Whether you guys think that's a good thing or not, let me know in the comments if you think contact. Because I suppose in real life, if you did make contact, even a tiniest touch can make a big difference. You can get, I know, radiator damage or, you know, spin someone out quite easily. It's quite hard to spin people out sometimes on this game. It's you're quite sturdy regardless. If you play iRacing and you touch someone, hit them up the rear, they can spin out so easy. So, yeah, maybe it's justified. I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. So Steve's going to serve his penalty. I went to the right, but then he went off the racing line to serve it anyways. So he ghosted, thankfully. And, yeah, we move up to P11 now. So going through this right-hander. This one's called the Sweeper. Yes, now it's probably perfectly named because the amount of people it sweeps up and just yeets them off into the edge of this corner here is unbelievable. Thankfully, I haven't seen too many recently. Unfortunately, as soon as I catch these guys up, all 3 of them decide to go in the pits, which is a little bit frustrating. So nothing really happened, so I just spent the next 5 laps here just grinding away, but I wanted to go for a little bit of an undercut, so instead of lap 16, I went in lap 15 now. You remember the guy that was in P5 earlier? he's now just in front of us in the Mustang. So we've done a very good stint, but unfortunately you can see the gaggle of cars, the undercut has worked for them once more. So we're going to have to push really hard now, with just 3 laps to go, to see if we can get those positions back. But they're all in front of us, and we've got the freshest tyres. So's I think that's Norway. I think Alex is from Norway in the Mustang as well. He's got them as well. So he makes quick work of Deco in front of him. So I'm going to have to try and do the same thing. He's in a Lexus RCF. Good car, but I think the Mustang's a little bit better. So I quickly shoot up the inside there, and that's a nice move. Unfortunately, from that, he just goes wide, trying to hold on to the position. I didn't touch him. He just goes a little bit wide. And yeah, he's been claimed by the sand. It's such a common theme of this racetrack. There's nowhere to go. As soon as you touch that sand, as soon as you go like 2-3 wheels on it, you're in big trouble. Big trouble. It's cost me a little bit of time fighting through that right-hander, but not too much. You can see I've just dropped off the cars ahead, but that shouldn't be too much of a pain. Now, the one here, the corner coming up here, that you're going to go through here, we get the little right kink. This is actually called, well, it's just called turn 9. So the corner is literally called turn 9. So if you want to know how many corners are in this racetrack, apparently it's 9. Okay, so the Ferrari from earlier that Steve was fighting with has got a penalty. He served that. Now I'm up to P11. But guys, look at the cars fighting up ahead. Surely there's an opportunity for us here to get some really good points. So we could get 200 plus points here if we want to. So Steve's on the inside. We've got Alex on the inside as well. And then we've got Boo Boo racing around the outside. Now he's had a very good race to get up to this point. But you can see, he just goes off camera. You can see his lights go onto the sand and he just bins it again. The sand has claimed another victim, unfortunately. That puts us up to P10, I should say. Excellent commentary once again, Ollie. So yeah, that puts us up to P10. We've got P9, 8 and 7. Surprisingly, actually, the Ferrari was good here. I saw a few Ferraris getting a good few races here. So, you know, surprisingly, I didn't think it'd be that good. Because the Ferrari's quite well known for rear tyre wear, but it seems to be doing alright here. So that surprised me. That surprised me. Anyways, so Steve in front of us, Mustang in front of him, and then we've got the Ferrari. We have got the slipstream, just going up to turn 9 now. I take a little bit of a deeper line there, I think, and it seems to work out for the exit. It looks like, anyways, because we're getting a really nice, clean exit. Now, unfortunately, we're all part of a slipstream train here, so you can see the Alex is desperately trying to get past that Ferrari. He's going to outbrake him here, potentially go around the outside, but he gets a whole load of understeer. Now I'm going to go to the right-hand side. Steve can't fill the gap, so now I'm going to get myself up to P9, P10 maybe. Yeah, it's still P10. Now we're fighting around this corner. Rabbit's Ear, it's called. So we're fighting around this long right-hander, side by side. Had to give as much space to Steve as I could, and he just manages to hold that position amazingly around the outside, so fair play to him. To be honest with you, I feel like I should have done better there. Maybe force him a little bit wide, probably been a little bit more aggressive, and maybe have kept that P9 position, or got it, I should say. But never mind, it is what it is. But this is lap 18, sorry. So this is, you know, it's now or never. But unfortunately, I don't quite know what happened here. I don't know, I feel like I went a little bit wide. It wasn't that much, but you can see I've lost like 2 car lengths to the guys ahead, and I still scratch my head watching this footage thinking, what the hell did I do to lose that much time? So yeah, a little bit annoying. So we're going to prepare ourselves for turn 9. Steve goes for the outside, and then you can see he's just trying to fight the Mustang, but that's just not going to work out quite there. Almost slamming into Steve. Now we're just going to get the slipstream, but look at this photo finish, guys. There's less than 2 temps separating 4 people. P7 to P10, 4 temps. I mean 2 temps, sorry. What a race. What a finish that was. Absolutely awesome, and I really hope that this editing coming out in 4K just makes it look stunning, and I'm hoping it's worked a treat, and I hope you guys really did enjoy that. So this was round 3 of the Manufacturer Series, and as you all know, if you have been watching this, I am against Rory, which is Eriez, and James, which is VLX Adventure Racing, and I am currently P2 for the Manufacturers for the whole of EMA, which is fantastic. Rory P6 and Adventure Racing in P5, so I am smashing it so far. Definitely could have got more points in this one. 189 is not the best, but there you are. But guys, if you did enjoy this and enjoyed it in 4K, please let me know. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Ta-da.